What is happening to YouTube? Welcome to the Mentorship Monday program. My name is Matt. My company is called the DeRosa Group, and we are an awesome real estate investment company. If y'all don't know much about us, you need to do yourself a favor and do one of two things, or maybe doing both. Click the subscribe button so you can hear more about what this YouTube channel is all about. And also take a minute to go out to DeRosaGroup.com and you can hear all the cool stuff that DeRosa Group's up to. And that website is DeRosa, DeRosa Group, Group.com, DeRosaGroup.com. Jump out there and check us out as a company. You can see what we're up to. Mentorship Monday is what this is. This program is every Monday at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time. Be here, be square. You can watch this program live, make comments, pump in questions, but you can also just email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. That is helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. And you guys can join us right here on this program. And you can join me and my partner, Justin, and we talk real estate shop. We answer real estate questions. We talk all things real estate investing for newer investors or very seasoned investors. We talk through stuff that people are going through to produce content and education for you guys to learn from. So if you want to be a guest on our show, email us at helpme@DeRosaGroup.com. And I'm super excited to tell you that every guest on this show gets a free month of membership to our awesome program called DeRosa Insiders. Here to tell you guys a little bit more of what Insiders all about is my partner in crime, Justin Fraser, my brother from another mother. Come on in.
Hey.
What's up, man? How are you?
I'm great today. How are you?
It's a coincidence. I'm great too.
Whoa. Imagine that.
I'm great.
Yeah.
Too.
Things are good, man. Things are good. Everything is good. We've, we are just a week in to our latest acquisition, Diamond Ridge. That's keeping me busy as asset manager. So
yeah, buddy.
Daily basis, it's just trying to get my head around everything that's happening at Diamond Ridge. There's a lot of good stuff happening.
A lot happening.
Man. It's just, we've already authorized $100,000 of construction projects in a week.
Spending a lot of money because the place needs some money. It needs some investments. It needs some stuff. And what's great about that is let's tie it to Insiders. What people get out of Insiders is they get to bear witness to projects like that and more long form content, more just intimate settings where people can ask more questions and even go and visit the site with us. We're going down to the site next week, and the Insiders community is getting an invite to join us on that face-to-face trip if they'd like to. This is going to be an awesome venture, and people can watch the beginning of us before we even put the property under contract. They can watch that video, an hour and a half of us underwriting the deal, analyzing it, running the numbers. They can watch it from there all the way up to the day that we took ownership last week. Yep. We had a happy hour on Insiders too. And so I think that Insiders really is what it is. It allows you to be a little bird on the shoulder of a active, growing real estate company. And you can also ask questions and interact with those that are running the company too.
Yeah. We've been having some really great conversations in Insiders. We've been bringing them along for the ride. And more great content coming too. And so we do Q&As. We're available for the Insiders. This is the first time. This is our first live event coming next week. So we're really excited. You have to be an insider to even get an invitation. So we're not telling people where, when, or any of that. But if you're an insider, you've got that info. And
no crash in the party, man.
You can come hang out with us and tour our giant new acquisition. So it's absolutely worth it. We've got quite a few people lined up already. We're really excited about it. And I can't wait for this whole COVID mess to be done so we can do more in-person stuff, because I think that's going to be the huge value for our insiders. So there's a lot of great stuff that we're doing virtual and have been since we launched a few months ago. But, man, the in-person stuff is going to get really exciting. So, join us on Insiders. We make it easy to find out more. Boom, text DeRosa to 66866, and you'll get some free information, and you're going to get a basket. We like to call it the basket of goodies.
Basket of goodies.
Basket. All kinds of good stuff, like letters that we put together when COVID first happened, presentations that you can't get anywhere else. Just some really good stuff that we want to just add some value to people. And that's whether you join Insiders or not. Text DeRosa to 66866, and then we'll get you some information on how to join Insiders, sign up, or if you don't want to pay for the first month, do this and email helpme@DeRosaGroup.com, because everyone who is a guest on helpme@DeRosaGroup.com on this show, Mentorship Monday, it gets a free month. So our guest today, Nicole, is going to have a free month of insiders. Just
Come on down, man. Since we're talking about Nicole, bring her in, man.
Hey,
Come on.
Nicole.
Hey.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Incredible.
Incredible.
Incredible. Any better, there'd be two of me.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Yeah, right. Good stuff. Well, tell us, how can we assist you, Nicole? A little shout out here. I put up the real estate invest her thing because I know that you're an invest her member with my lovely wife Liz and a friend of hers and all that, and obviously a friend of invest hers is a friend of DeRosa's and that. So we are here for you, man. I put my Superman cape on for you. Got my Captain America shield out. How can I help you today?
Well, a little bit about me. I flip houses. I was flipping them in Milwaukee. I had 3 different private investors. We did I was doing 3 different rehabs. Towards the end, my contractor kind of left me high and dry. He was the GC on all 3. They were big projects.
Oh boy.
So we finished them up. I did. I hired new guys, did what I had to do to get them finished. 2 of them have sold. One was a huge loss. The other one, we actually ended up making some money on it. So that was good. But this third one has been a pain. We put it on the market in May. We got an accepted offer in a week. Then they backed out 2 weeks later. We couldn't come to an agreement on the inspection amendment. And so we put it back on the market and it hasn't gone or done anything. I've done price drops. All in, my investors are all in at $237,000. That's purchase and rehab.
Yep.
My agreement with them is that they get their money back when I sell.
Yep.
But they've been sitting on this for over a year, unfortunately. And then, the virus didn't slow us down, but it's more of an urban area and there has been some unsettling in the surrounding area, but not where we are.
It's Milwaukee.
It's Milwaukee.
Right?
And but after that,
yeah, man. I mean, let's be straight. I mean, right.
It's happened.
Yeah.
So they called me last week and they're like, we want our money back. They want me to buy them out. I don't have $237,000 sitting in my pocket. So they wanted me to refi, but if I refi, I have to get it occupied. I have to put in tenants. This wasn't set up to be a rental. And even if we do that, they're only going to get 80%, 75% back on their money at this point. So they could technically foreclose on me, but they don't want to because they don't want to take over the house.
No, that sounds like a mess. They don't want that, right?
No, right.
Yeah.
So I just don't know what to do at this point. I've never been in this situation. So I'm just, what are my options to give to them? I mean, I've dropped the price. I'm putting in incentives. I'm doing everything I can to get this thing sold.
What is your price down to?
$239,900.
Wow. Oof. So you're right there.
Yes.
Why? Okay. So you had it under contract.
Yes.
And it fell through.
Yes.
Things are flying off the handle right now, right? In real estate. I mean, I hear people getting multiple offers inside of a week and all this other stuff. The fact that you've been on the market since May and this joint's still sitting, I think that you may be over. I mean, I hate to say this, but just, maybe Milwaukee took a little bit of a shift, especially in downtown area or whatever, with all the Looney Tunes that was happening there for a little bit, I just had to do this on another property. Did you, and this is not, first of all, don't judge yourself. Okay. Don't you dare judge yourself because I've been doing this for 15 years and I just went through the same thing, man.
Okay.
Like a couple of months ago. Okay. Does the 237 include any interest?
No. So they're going to settle with me at 247 all in. So
they'll just take it.
Yeah.
Okay. Right.
Oh, also just FYI, I did take it off the market for a few weeks to fix things. So it hasn't been on the market since May. We withdrew it and we probably put it back on in August. So it's been sitting since August. So I apologize for that.
No, that's okay. You still should be under contract by now.
I agree.
Okay. I saw 247. Okay. What is your realtor saying?
We're getting showings, but I know quality has been an issue, but we've been fixing things. Again,
it sounds like your contractor, Jack.
Yes, yeah.
Your contractor skewed you on quality on the way out the door. Huh?
He did.
What was it listed at before it backed out?
249.9.
He was listed at 249.9.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for the back out was COVID or because of the quality issues?
So the exterior is weird. It's a concrete exterior. It's stamped to look like Leyland stone, and there was cracks in it, and they were getting these huge stucco estimates, and I'm like, it's not stucco, it's concrete. Like, you want to get a mason in there. So they didn't feel comfortable buying it with the exterior. The home inspector kind of ruined that one for me. So otherwise, I had 3 offers on it the first time around. So it's confusing, right? It's confusing. It's a quandary. What do we do?
It is.
Around that.
It is. No, I know. It's one of those things now that it's been out on the market for a while that it kind of gets that stigma. You know,
I do know.
What would it lease for?
Rent wise, probably $1,500 a month.
Okay.
15, 16. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home.
How much are the taxes?
$3,000.
Okay. Are the investor that you have, it was their money on the other 2 deals?
I lost a lot on one, and the other one I made a little bit, but yeah.
No, I know, but it was their money on those deals.
No, it's their. This is just theirs. This is me and them. The other 2 had 2 different ones.
Okay.
I've done 3 deals with them before. All 3 we made money on. This is the first one we're going to lose money on.
Okay.
Or they're going to lose money on.
All right. Okay. I'll give you 2 options.
Okay.
And that. Well, okay, I'll give you 3 options. All right.
3 options.
Yeah. Option 1. All 3 of these options are going to cost you money. Okay.
Well, yes.
I'm sorry. I'm
okay.
sorry. I don't have a magic, but just from what you're telling me, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. Okay, but I got you. I
just want to get it sold. That's really what I want.
I got you.
Okay,
well,
I'm listening.
One option does not involve that.
Okay.
Okay. Here's option 1.
Okay.
You get in there and you go back in your pocket and you go find yourself another 10, 15 grand, and they're not going to like this, but you could go to them and get it to say, hey, listen, here's the deal, guys, or maybe bring another lender. Right.
Okay.
Bring another private lender for another round of capital. Okay. And you say, you're going to take it off the market, and the timing sucks because right now it's October. Right. And so you I was going to say, take it down, fix everything that knucklehead contractor did, everything. Gotcha. All his little blotches of paint, because I'll bet you if he jacked you on that exterior, there's blotches of paint, and the countertop probably didn't line quite up right, and there's little cracks and stuff like that in places. And
it's little stuff, yes, for sure.
Yeah, right. But people see these things,
right?
And there are little things, but and it not just doesn't take an eye like ours, like the 3 of ours that know what we're looking at. Sometimes people that are detail oriented, I'm like, why is this crack in that countertop? Or there's, I noticed that those floors are a little wonky, right? Yeah. So you pay a few bucks to have somebody go in there and fix it, right? And then you put it on the market at a reasonable number. After it's seasoned and bent off for a little while, you put it back on the market at an aggressive price, maybe not $237, maybe like somewhere around $250 or whatever.
Okay.
That's option 1. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Justin, scale of 1 to 10, how much do you hate that option?
I actually was going to suggest something very similar.
I got 2 more. I got 2 more options.
I like that option. If there's an upside, if you can get that 250 number, right?
What if you can push? There's the other question here, because this opens another door, Nicole, right? How do you get? Is there a way? You answer me this. You know your market, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is there any way on God's green earth you can get $290 for this place? I don't care what it is. Add another addition. Put another bedroom in it. Finish the basement. Put a satellite dish on the roof. Nothing. Not going to happen.
Finish the basement, but still, I don't know. It's weird in that area. It's street by street. So
you can finish the basement.
I could finish the basement. Okay.
That was going to be what I would suggest. Well, an option is to sort of double down on.
Right. Double down. Go back in and then tear the joint apart, put it back up, put it back on the market, and make it a beautiful shiny penny with the right contractor. And that, right? That is option 1. You know your market. You would need to analyze this with a realtor and say, what would I really need to do to repolish this place up? Okay.
Okay.
So that is option 1. I like that option. The more I think about it, I probably give that on the hate scale, probably like a 4 to 5 out of 10 on how much I don't like that option.
Okay.
All right. Sure. Here's number 2. Okay. Mm-hmm. Number 2, you just you're going to do option one, you're going to have to write a check either out of your own pocket or go borrow it from somebody and end up upside down and then still write a check when you go sell it. Right. Or as Justin and I were saying, maybe you smack it to the park, you put 20 grand into it and you get 290 and you actually make a few dollars. God forbid. Right. But if you do option two, you just cut and run, man. Drop the price to the point where you just to where your pain scale is right at its threshold, and you just get out. And you probably got to bring a check to closing, and maybe you drop it to like, I don't know, 215 or something like that. And
something crazy.
Yeah, something stupid. Just, oh my God, I can't believe they're selling it for that cheap kind of price, you know? And then you got to bring, I mean, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Right now, I'll say it. You got to bring 20, 30 grand to the table to get it. Okay?
Yeah, that ain't good. That ain't going to happen.
That sucks.
They said they'd work with me on what's left. So
the lender would.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe that's the way you go.
They said they'd keep flipping with me, and I just figured I'd just pay them off as we go. I don't know.
I've done that before too. In my years in the past, I've carried over residual balances, and you can sign a promissory note with them.
All right.
You know, like you could do that and say, hey, listen, here's $210,000. I admit I owe you 27 grand and I'm good for it. I'm going to sign this promissory note and I'm going to put my word on the line and everything like that. Right. Yep. And then you're out. And then you give the market a great deal, you know, because the market's hot right now. I don't know if the market's going to be hot 6 months from now or not. You know, it's hot now. Right. So you do that. You give them as much money as you can. You sign a prom note for the rest. Get them to keep funding your flips, and you keep paying them out of the profit of your flips. Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. That's option two. Justin, what do you think? Justin, hate scale 0 to 10. What do you think?
If your investors are willing to invest in you and stick along for the ride, then that I think is the most important thing. And so I think by you showing them that, look, you know, you're working with me, but I'm losing money on this deal and I'm losing money on the next deal and the next 3 deals, but I'm willing to do that till I make you whole, then those investors will stick with you for life. So if you're thinking short term, it's painful, but if you're thinking long term, you've now got some fans of yours that are going to fund every deal for the next 10 years, right? Because you're going through the tough time now. If you're willing to show that you're coming out of your pocket to make them whole, they're going to stick with you.
Okay.
I've had investors that I've done this with, that I've done the carryover promissory note, and they still invest with me. I've done that, got it whole, figured it out, you know, right? There's a lot of loyalty you could create there.
Yep.
He just wanted to make sure I was changing things around, but at the end of the day, you can't control what people do. That's what I tried to explain to him. I said I didn't know. My GC, who I'd been working with for 2 years, was going to leave me high and dry. But
it's about showing what you've learned. Right.
Yes.
So what are you doing differently in your process next time so that this doesn't happen again? And so if you can show them that, then they'll stick with you.
Yeah, I'm the GC moving forward.
Get your license.
Get
your license.
That's what I'm doing.
Why not do it? You make more money that way. Why not?
Yes.
You know?
Yep. Right. What's 3, Matt?
All right, here we go. Option 3. I dislike this one just as much as I do the other two, although option 2 started to sound a little bit better. I actually like 1 and 2 more than I like this one, but you already alluded to it, so I'll just say it. You refinance it, and you leave money on the table. You know, or you lease it. Okay. You put a tenant in there.
Okay.
Right. And then you refinance it. You pay them every drop that you can out of that refi. You still do the prom note thing and carry it over to the next deal. And then you've got a cash flowing asset. It's probably not going to be producing $1,000 a month or nothing like that, but it'll produce whatever it does, maybe $500 a month. And you start paying them some of that cash flow. Yeah. Okay. And you can start whittling it down, and so you're not taking your entire nut that you owe them and carrying it around like a monkey on your back for the next 3 deals you got to do, right?
Yeah.
So you can start nibbling at a cash flow, and then take big chunks at it as you do other flips, and then you got a rental. I mean, rentals aren't too bad, you know. Rentals are nice some days, you know.
Yes.
So anyway, I would consider that option. I mean, there's a lot to consider with it, because then you got to refi, you got to find a tenant, it'll take a little while, take more time. They're still not going to like that option, because then instead of them getting a check for like $237K, they're going to get a check for like $170K, you know?
Yeah.
Like, but you're still going to sign off that you own the rest, and you know, whatever. So.
Well, the way I look at it is I have plan A, B, and C, right?
Yeah.
So I just got to figure out which one I want to do first, and then if that doesn't work, go to B, go to C, without taking up too much time.
You could do plan B first, right?
Which is just cut it short, get it done.
Just drop it, get it done. Go to them and say, what is the lowest you'll let me drop this place? You
Okay.
know, let's just get it done. I'll get you guys the best check I can, and I'll carry it a residual. If you guys will let me drop it to $180, I'll do it. If you guys will let me drop it to 190, it probably shouldn't be that low, but if they'll just let them help you guide the price. You kind of bring them in as a partner, you know?
Okay.
Like, hey, let's do this together. Right.
Yeah.
They were under contract at 249. I really hope they don't have to go that low.
I don't think so either.
220, 225 should be really aggressive.
I think low twos is all you need. I think 219.9 and it'll fly off the handle.
You might get a bidding war, right? You might be able to get a few people interested and push it back up.
So do you think I need to withdraw it for about a week though? To freshen it? No, just keep it and drop it.
So you have to talk to your realtor, but in most markets, a week is not enough time to refresh it.
Oh, okay. So it's probably more than that.
You gotta drop it. You gotta take it off for like a month or two.
Oh wow, can't do that.
Yeah.
So my other thought was that I start paying them some money every month to just help to cover the loan, or just to make them feel like I'm trying. I don't know. That was the other thing I was thinking.
It's a nice gesture, but
do you think that you'll? I think that could work as a temporary stopgap if you and your realtor really think that you can get back to that 249 price point, right? If for whatever reason it's a market thing, it's a stucco thing, it's an inspector thing, and you just need the right buyer to come along. Yeah, a few months of payments to them is probably going to be your cheapest option.
That's what I was thinking, but I do like the ideas you guys gave me. I think they're all valid, so it's all things I was thinking. Again, I've just never had this problem before. I've always gotten my investors at least their money back 100%. If I lose, no big deal, but at least I'm getting their money back. I've never faced this before, ever.
It's tough.
I've only been here a few times, and it sucks, you know.
It sucks, especially when they're good investors.
My path forward would be this is what I would do. I would do the price drop to as low as your investors and your realtor will let you do it. Right. I would do that. If that doesn't fly, then I would tell the investors, hey, listen, here's plan A, plan B, plan C. They may say, no, don't lease it. I don't like that idea because the refi will take too long, or because then, you know, I'm not sure if you get financing. There's a lot of variables in there and all that. Right. So anyway, they may not like the refinance, the lease and refinance option. So give them that option too, to say, listen, I'm going to drop the price. And if you like option B of us putting a tenant in there, refining, pulling back, that's an option, or it's not if you don't like it. The other option would be for you do the reinvestment, bring it up to a higher value to the next level. And either they come back with some additional capital to get you to do that. They may hate that option, and if they won't do it, then maybe you have to come with that capital out of your pocket, or you got to borrow it from another lender.
Okay.
It's a gamble.
Right.
The option of dropping it to a favorable position is by far the best way to do it.
I agree.
Yeah. So, all right.
Okay.
See the forest beyond the trees, my friend. That's what I always say, you know?
Yep.
It's not the end of the world. It's terrible in the moment. And it's a feeling in your stomach that really doesn't feel good, but bigger picture, you know, you'll come out of this and your investors are probably going to thank you at the end of the day for coming up with a creative solution, putting the options out there for them and having their best interest in mind first.
People always love that people short-term hate the truth, but they always long-term love it. You know?
Well, I appreciate you guys doing this for me. I really do. I've been really lost the last month or two, just very frustrated with this whole situation.
Action and momentum is what's going to get you out of that frustration. So don't put your head in the sand. You know, you got to take action because you are going into the holiday season. Everything slows down over the holidays because people don't want to be dealing with moving and stuff like that over the holidays. And I'll close you out with one story. Okay. We sold a property in New Jersey recently. We sold a property. It's funny. I was just messing with it today on some like final paperwork. Closed in August on it. Right. we were way over on budget, way over on a lot of things. Carrying cost was too high. Make the list on what took too long. My contractor took too long. And so we had it originally on the market at so when we first did the reno, it was $795 was our price, right? We ended up we ended up having to pull it down off the market, make some more repairs to the property, kind of similar, right? And then we put it on the market at $699, right? And it just sat and sat and sat, and the market just didn't respond to it. We're getting any showings.
Sorry, my son. Go.
Is it still edible?
It's bedhead day. Yes, it's still edible. Okay, sorry.
Give it a sniff test, Mom. Come on.
You know.
Yeah. You're on the 3-year-old downstairs, man. My daughter's crying about something right now. I'll bottom line it, right?
Yeah,
$699, sat, did nothing. And then I talked to my lovely wife, Liz, and she was like, listen, you need to cut this out. You need to just cut bait and get it off. And so what we agreed to do is we went to our investors and we were like, listen, I got good news and bad news. I can get you your capital back, but I'm not going to get you all the interest that you do. But I can get you at least something on your money, right? And so we worked out a deal where they agreed to drop the price to $649, a $50,000 discount off of our original asking price. So we dropped it a little bit in there, but the $649 was still a crazy drop. Okay,
right?
They agreed to it. It got them like a big haircut on their profit, but at least they got their principal back, right? They agreed to do it. We put it on the market. So we put it back on at $649. It was under contract inside of a week with multiple bids exactly at that asking price. Okay. Nice. Yeah. Now here's the success story. We closed. Both those investors, both of them, took their proceeds from that, took their principal back plus a little bit of interest, and they both invested in our apartment complex in North Carolina. Both of them are in on it.
Amazing.
Yeah. So the fact of the matter, now you people, maybe you're telling you the truth that they're going to reinvest with you. I hope they are. But it doesn't matter about that. But I think that they likely will if you are truthful with them and if you treat them with respect and you do your best to get them their money back as best you can. And they get that there's variables that happen and that there's things that come up. So I think that you will get beyond this. You got to just get out of it, because this deal is not going to make you anything. And so get out of it as quick as you can so you can get onto the thing that is going to make you money. Okay. Yep,
that sounds great.
All right.
Yay! Something to look forward to.
So Nicole, thank you for joining us here. You're going to get a month worth of DeRosa Insiders for free. We're super grateful to have you here, and I know Liz is super grateful to know you through the real estate investor community that I know you're active in as well. So we are glad to have you here. Come back and see us again, and make sure you let us know on the Insiders Facebook page how you made out. I think our listeners would love to hear how it goes.
Thank you so much for your time.
Sure. Thank you, Nicole. See ya.
Thanks, Nicole.
Right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right.
It's all about, you know what it is, Justin? It's really about focusing on, like, I've spent a lot of time focusing my time on things that were losing and sinking. And it's about ending those things as quickly as you can so you can focus on things that are winning, Oh, your audio is gone. I can't hear you.
How about now?
You back? There, you're back now.
That was a weird saying. Okay. What you said at the very end, which is like pushing through, taking action, like you have to. Even sometimes we get faced with these situations that are so uncomfortable, and you don't want to call the investors, and you don't want to make that call, and you let's let it sit on the market for another week or two. And it just ends up hurting. So that little bit tidbit at the end is absolutely right. Just push. You got to push forward. You got to go through. And you know what? Yeah. It'll work itself out. Maybe not on this deal, but in the long run, her investors, people are going to see that she's doing the right thing, and that's going to pay off for her.
It's not going to help to hold it and carry it, because I figured on my deal, I mean, this was like a high price thing. The interest, the carrying cost alone, just the interest and real estate taxes were something like $4,000 a month, right? On that deal. And
doesn't
so as much as I'm like, no, I'm going to hold out and get my price. Well, you're losing $4,000 a month, Matt. So that's kind of like, you might as well just get it off the books and move on to the next one, because you're actually saving money by doing that,
Absolutely.
Cool. Well, this is a great show, man. Don't forget, guys, email helpme@DeRosaGroup.com to join me and Justin on the Mentorship Monday show. And we will see you guys soon, man.
See you later. Hey,
Have a great
and profitable week.